All right, so what I'm going to do now is just review. All right, so a higher time frame left-hand side, medium time frame middle side, middle, and lower time frame right. Higher time frame on the left-hand side is just for the overall direction and feel. Middle time frame is for levels, and the other one on the right is for entries. So basically, you want to take a look at tests. All right, tests and see what opportunities they present themselves. So we see the market right now is testing, but it's too late. Market's closed, and you had like some type of climax, but there's no real selling. There's just a test of the breakout. So next, the idea here is to get a signal and then evaluate it with expertise, and then decide on whether you want to take it or not. So you don't have to look at the market all day. That's the worst thing you can do, is look at the market all day, or try to read tape all day or whatever. So again, we have another test here, right here, but it didn't clear the high. It has to clear this area. If it doesn't clear the area, you can't get in, because it means that they're unable to take it out, and it could be preliminary buying or something like that. So we don't want to get into that situation when trend is not favorable. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, I think that's enough for crude. Let's move on to the Dow and other markets. All right, so let's go to the Dow, see what opportunities were there. Got too much shit. All right, so right here we have a test. Right there you have a test, but you see that there's no selling pressure, right? So do nothing. Although this might be setting up something right here. This might be setting up something. I'm not really sure, but this right here, I mean, it's too late to tell. It's the end of the day, so forget it. All right, now the next test is right there. Right there. All right, so here, the market tested. What do you see? Volume off the top. What else do you see? Selling. I mean, that's it. That's it. That's all you need. So now, holy problem is that it didn't give a deep pullback. So if it doesn't give a deep pullback and continues down, one rally is fine, but two or more is not. One rally is fine because it can come back to test, but the second rally here is saying forget about it. It's gone. It might counter trend back up, but do not take that chance, because you're trading against the trend on one of the time frames. So just stay away. It has to be, trend has to be, the pullback has to be within the trend. So the pullback to an entry opportunity that continues down must be within that same trend, not a counter trend. Those can work or it may not work, or because there's buyers that are on that time frame buying the pullbacks and the breakouts. So forget about that. Let's move on to the other one. It's right here. This one was quite nice. There's another one here. It did it pull back? It did test here and puke a little bit, but it's a small move. I don't like small moves. Okay, this one is nice because you have selling pressure right here. Let me delete all this. Okay, so what do we notice about this? We notice the market goes up, it has a hinge. Right on the left-hand side, it goes up here. What else do we notice? Right there, volume spike. Not that much of a spike, but the biggest volume in 23 bricks. Right on the test, on the middle chart, on the test, this is happening, meaning selling is coming up on the test. So it's in test position, and you have selling, which pulls back to test here and goes down until a climax appears right there, the little blue dot. Look at the volume. Biggest volume in at least 100 bricks. That terminates the move. If you're not, that right there is a very bad sign if you continue to be short. All right, so I think that's it. All right, that's all for today. So the idea here is whatever setup you want to use, right, on a higher time frame, you combine that with selling on the lower time frame or buying on the lower time frame. That's all there really is. So what are the setups? You could have a spring, an up thrust. You could use what's the other one? Oh yeah. A breakout failure, like a reverse breakout. You could have basically a pullback to test, and that can vary. Like it could be a pullback to test the breakout, or a pullback to test the low. Yeah, the low. All right, that's all, folks. Thank you. Have a good weekend. And then and when you have that set up on the higher time frame, then on the lower time frame, you just look for buying and selling. Evaluate that, meaning does it have a climax? Does it have a change of behavior? Does it have selling or buying? And that's all there is to it. Put on a low risk trade. That's it, done.